Hi, my name is Geoff Vautier. I use Excel every day and like to think I've got some good skills in Excel. I'm a practical Excel user. I'm a financial controller in business. That means that I use Excel in a practical way to achieve real results. I'm an international speaker, and you might have noticed that accent. It is pure New Zealand. Does this sound like you? Did you learn Excel at the School of Hard Knocks? Do you think things are taking longer than they should? Are you part of the 95% of Excel users who seem to have been dropped in the deep end and told to learn as they go? And do you think there possibly could be a better way of achieving your results? If I can show you tips and techniques to save you time, let you work smarter, not harder, and help you become a better, more proficient, more confident Excel user, would that be of interest? A sad but true story. A lady who spent 60% of her work week, that's 3 days per week, updating just one spreadsheet. The author of the model obviously had a lack of training, a lack of expertise, and used bad design techniques. And this lady I'm talking about thought, well, there has to be a better way. And so it was. She had great success. She cut their work down to just half a day per week, from 3 days to half a day, by using good techniques. Could this have been your story? How much time do you actually spend on Excel? What say we could tweak just a few things? Do your spreadsheets contain errors? Are you sure? Some people say that 85% of spreadsheets contain errors of some sort. Are you comfortable with your Excel knowledge? And have you had any recent Excel training? What would saving just 5 minutes per day mean to you? Just one tip could easily save you 5 minutes a day. If you think about it, that's 2.5 man days, or nearly half a week per year. Are you up for it? And what say the saving was really 15 minutes a day? So what's the deal? Well, this training course called 99 Excel Secrets for Busy People. It's a 3 DVD set covering over 3 hours from my live training event. Fully indexed, so you can go to the section of interest. 100 plus pages of high quality wire-bound seminar notes. Hard copy of the PowerPoint slides to make notes as you go. And a play around Excel spreadsheet to try out the examples for yourself. Who is this course for? Well, it's for financial accountants, financial controllers, chartered accountants, salespeople, admin staff, CEOs, investors, personal managers, general managers, engineers, marketers. In fact, almost anybody who uses Excel could benefit from this course. Well, why is this course so special? Well, I like to think it's special because it focuses on practical stuff to use every day. It's written by a veteran, hands-on Excel user. It's written by somebody who knows that it is scary learning new stuff. By somebody who knows that it ain't always as easy as people would have you believe. It cuts across the traditional categories of beginner, intermediate and advanced to give you access to skills that are useful every day. You see, I find that some of the things that you learn in the beginner course you'll never ever use in your lifetime, and yet there are things under the advanced course that you never often get to, and yet they're useful every day. What exactly are these secrets? Some ideas to think about before you even start your computer. Some ideas on practical tips on how to design your models. How to use named variables, a very, very powerful tool. 13 ways to prevent or detect errors. And if you think about it, spreadsheets with errors are your worst nightmare. Some really useful menu items, often sitting right underneath your nose. Powerful but easy to learn functions. The if function, the VLOOKUP, the sum product, hyperlinks and more. The JET Reports program. which enables you to link straight into your data sources by using Excel formulas. Pivot tables, which scare many people and yet are a hugely powerful reporting tool. And we show you how to bring it all together to discover the gold buried in your business, using some of these simple ideas and techniques to analyze the data in your business. Okay, so what's in it for me? Why should I buy it? I'm probably biased because I wrote the course. But here's what you'll get. You'll get some wows. I guarantee that you will often get to say, gee, I never knew that. You will learn ideas to save you time. You will learn how to prevent, reduce or detect errors before they cause you grief. You'll become a more proficient Excel user, and you get to look over somebody else's shoulder and realize that you actually know a lot of stuff already, but also that there's still lots of stuff to learn. So let's get into the mood and look at this introductory video which talks about the course. Ready? Let's go. Well, I hope it's got you going. So now look at one of the techniques from this course so you can see what it's all about. The next one is name variables. Can I ask you a question? If I asked you to go to 100 Hobson Street, would you know where to go, or you know what's there? If it's... Alright, if I quoted that address, you wouldn't really know why. If I said I was at the Sky City Casino last night, would that mean something to you? You could relate to where I was? If I asked you today whereabouts are you, you'll say you're in a building that's no number. I guess that's what you're going to say, is it? But you could say you're in the Institute of Accountants Conference Centre, couldn't you? And we'd all relate to that. But we don't always relate to addresses. And the same thing can happen in Excel. We can give cells a name so we can just refer to them by name rather than reference. So let's say in the example we've got GST and we can have put a value on it and we can use it in a formula. For example, we can have GST and the formula could go H10 times GST. The first thing is we've got a cell in our model called GST, and it's got a value of 1.25. Does anybody notice up here there's a little box and it's got a name in it, a number in it? Anybody know what it's called? No? It's called the name box. And if I put the mouse on it, you can see it comes up with the word name. I can type in a name, so let's just type in the word GST and go enter. Now what I've done is actually given this cell a name called GST. And let's say we've got a little exercise, we've got price over here, we've got $100 as the price, the value, dollars. And if I want to add GST, I can go equals G4 times the word GST, and it comes up with the right answer. So I didn't need to refer to cell 4, C4, I just referred to GST. And you might be saying, well, I can see the cell C4, so why would I bother? What's if we go to page 2? In the middle of the spreadsheet, over here, and I put in the word price, and I put in this $100, $1,000 this time in fact, make it a dollar sign. If I go equals H14 times GST, and I come up with the right answer. So I didn't need to know that the cell was on a different page and a different reference. That could be useful. Pretty powerful tool. So like that analogy of saying where's the Sky Casino, we all know approximately where it is, right? We can relate to that. In this case we can relate to the cell GST, we don't need to know where it happens to be, which in this case was on that page there. Anybody use range names? This is going to be the biggest thing we learn today about range names. And we're going to use them later. But let's say we've got a list of fruit here, apple, bananas and so forth. If I highlight the range, you can see in the name box it's got C10. I can go up there and give it a name. So what name would you like to give this range of fruit? You can be inventive today. Sir, would you like to give this range a name? Fruity fruit. Fruity underscore fruit. Right? And now if I go into my drop-down box, you can see I've now got two names, one called Fruity Fruit and one called GST. If I click on Fruity Fruit, the cursor automatically goes and highlights that range. If I go on sheet 3 and I go and say Fruity Fruit, the cursor goes back to page 1. So the first thing is it's a good way of navigating around your spreadsheet, and later on we'll be using that in our formula. So the whole thing in Excel is that rather than referring to this range of Fruity Fruit as being reference C10 to C15, we can just refer to it with a name called Fruity Fruit, and we can use that in formulas in all sorts of places. The same with the GST. It doesn't matter where we are in the model, we can refer to a cell called GST and it happens to be on the first page at C4, it doesn't matter. That's actually a hugely powerful thing to learn. And that's why that name box there, which most people have never seen before. How many, show of hands, had ever seen that name box before? Not seen it. So 2 out of the group have seen it before. And it's one of those things you see every day and you just overlook it. So that's how we create name variables, and we're going to use those a fair bit because you can, for example, set print areas, you can use them in formulas and so forth. Is this course popular, you might ask? Well, yes, in our small country of only 4.5 million people, I've had over 4,000 people to my live events. In American terms, that's like having 99,000 people to my course. That's what 99,000 people look like. So I figure it's been a pretty successful event. But don't just take my word for it. Let's look at what some other people have said. Our records show your presentation style has been of outstanding quality. Director, Professional Development, New Zealand Institute of Chartered Accountants. The content was well pitched. I have adopted a number of your techniques. The written materials remain close at hand. Chief Financial Officer, Auckland International Airport. We have nothing but praise for 99 Secrets. The training was incredibly relevant to your work. There were many wow moments. Partner, Perks Chartered Accountants, Adelaide, Australia. Geoff's training and notes were excellent. We have already seen improvements in efficiency as a result of his training. Partner, DFK Collins, Melbourne, Australia. Everyone got something different out of the tips based on their own level of knowledge. So a brilliant presentation. Manager, Queensland Health, Australia. Well, what say I don't learn anything? Don't worry. You get a full money-back guarantee, no questions asked, no hard feelings, just return the materials within 30 days. What's the deal? The price is $247 US. For that you will get 3 DVDs fully indexed so you can go to the appropriate section. Your choice of version, either XL 2003 or XL 2007. A 113-page wire-bound high-quality workbook. A printout of the PowerPoint slides so you can make notes as you go through. Play around Excel files so you can try out the examples that we talk about. All the postage and packaging, all taxes, and delivered straight to your door. It can't be simpler than that. What now? It seems to me that you have 3 choices. Number 1, if you like what you've seen and want to save time, work smarter, not harder, and expand your knowledge, then click on the Buy Now button below. If you'd like to check out some of the other tips before deciding, that's fine too. Then just sign up for the free mailing list on the right hand side. But number 3, if now's not the right time for you, that's fine too. Thank you for listening. But do let us know if you want us to contact you in the future. P.S. If you'd like more detail, why not download the brochure to read at your leisure. So let's just finish with this nice little tune and think about where your Excel journey will be going. Thank you, and we'll see you on the other side.